Hola, mi amigos. Where's my mic? Here is my mic. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? How's everybody doing? Woo! Yeah, lots of negative pressure on the dollar, yeah? Alright. Guys, let's hop straight into it. Let me make sure I'm recording on all platforms. I am indeed. Cute. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Drop us some comments. Tell me what you did this weekend. I went to the motocross track yesterday. It was very nice. Very enjoy. It's fun. It's nice about the motocross track. Oh man, you gotta focus on what you're doing, because if you don't, you're gonna die. So if you value your life, you must focus. And that focus is gonna translate straight into the charts. So let's go. Alright, we're on the dollar index right now. As you can see, there's plenty negative pressure. This here, this wick up here was positive job retention news, and then Powell opened his mouth here, put on the swing high, and pushed the market all the way down. So what we're going to expect now is a retracement. Move our fib all the way, that's our leg. So what we're waiting for is a retracement. We got the retracement into, if you use this as structure, but there's no 4-hour structure here. This is like a one candle pullback. So yeah, we still need to wait for a pullback. See, this pullback is one candle, then you get a bearish inside bar. So yeah, let's see. Let's put the fib on here on this latest structure and see where it wants to make a low. I'm assuming this might be the low here, put in, because I'll show you what I found on Euro USD this morning. Let's see what happens with this golden zone. I'd say these wicks here, these wicks right here could form some order flow. So let's see. We got a break of structure down here. Market reacted to this supply down here, came down, broke structure, and now we're sitting with this supply chain here. So price would most likely come and tap into the supply. Based on that, we've got a daily Euro USD candle here. Okay, so if you look, this is our area of interest here. This very extreme supply. That's part of our swing structure. Let's have a look at that on the weekly. I'll show you what it looks like on the weekly. Okay, so it's these wicks on the weekly here. If you have a look here, it looks like this sweeps. Look on the 4-hour. Yeah, so we get a sweep of these highs, you see. So I'd be quite happy trading from here. If you refine this daily supply to this 4-hour, this is the supply you sit with. Okay, so we've tapped into our supplies. We've got all the necessary criteria. We've got to tap into the supply here. Okay, so last week I found a long position down here out of this demand. Tapped me in, held it to this demand, gave me like a 9.5, and I'm currently in a sell here, sell position. So we've liquidated, and we've given our criteria that we look for. This is what the position is currently looking like. As soon as I'm 2R, I will go break even. but that is what the position is currently looking like. And here we go. Liquidity was swept. Yes, I am in a short position on Euro USD. Let's see if GBP USD has produced anything for us to trade from. This short position I'll be holding down to this demand all the way down here. I will be taking partials at every 4R, 25%, 4R, 8R, 12R, and after 12R partials, you start rolling your stops after 1 hour swing structure. Yeah, lovely. GBP USD. Okay, we've swept these highs. There's nothing we can trade off here. There's nothing, there's nothing significant to trade off here. There's a big 4 hour inside bar here. It's a huge bar. Okay, let's see what we can look for to look for a trade. Because there's nothing we can look for on the left, we're going to move to the 1 hour. Yo, this is messy this morning, hey? Look at this. This is looks like a bunch of Legos stacked together here. Okay, so let's see where our swing structure is down here. Once we get a break of this low, I would be happy to look for shorts on GBP USD. Once this low is broken down here, this inside bar here, this will also look interesting. Let me check on the 15 minute what's going on there. Okay, so this is a 15 minute, right? So we're going to mark this as a 15 minute. Middle on the right, 15 minute. Okay, that's a 15 minute low. Let's see what is produced when this 15 minute low breaks. If you can see a clear 1 hour order block that broke that 15 minute low, you can trade from that. Because on the 1 hour, this is an inside bar, so that is a pullback. Okay, so we are basically just waiting for our chalk formation, change of character. There's a low, there's the high, there's the low, low needs to go, and we can look for shorts on the supply that breaks the low. Okay, so we're going to set alert on this bad boy, and we'll wait for that to break. Moving on to GBP JPY. Okay, let's have a look at 4 hour. Okay, so this big ass 4 hour candle is forming part of a supply chain. Supply was reacted to here, the supply was reacted to here, and now this supply may be reacted to here somewhere. So we just need to see, because a 4 hour change of character is quite out of the way. Until 4 hour structure goes, I wouldn't be looking for longs. So I would be looking for shorts from this supply, but I would wait for this high to be liquidated here. That high needs to go. Once that high goes, then you may see a tap and bearish momentum to break structure all the way down here. Just remove this. Okay, so we are looking. Geez, I need to remove these. They've been in there for a while. We are waiting for liquidation of this little high in the supply, and we are targeting structure down here. GJ. Okay, no man. Okay, now we're looking at gold. Gold looks pretty similar to our other pairs. Okay, on the 4 hour there's nothing that we can trade off. See, it's just very bullish. We're playing with this high. This wick here, we're currently playing with this here. So I'll mark this up. Okay, so price has violated this supply, right? We need a pullback at some stage because there is liquidity generated below this. So based on this inside bar, I'd wait for this low to go. We've taken the high. And here's our chalk line. So we're waiting for a change of character. Down. That broke this here. Yeah. Okay, so that supply was broken there. Let's see what sort of reaction we get from this demand over here. So 1 hour demand, check on the 4 hour what it is. Okay, so we'll use these 2 wicks on the 4 hour. And we'll be waiting for longs from there. We'll be looking for shorts into that area from our change of character. Once the change of character occurs, in it to win it. Yeah? You know what we look for. This is a trend reversal trade. Once it breaks the low, it'll retrace into the supply that broke the low. Bitcoin, let's quickly run through cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency seems to be doing quite well. Let's look at this in the daily. Okay, so our swing structure has been broken, which is nice. We did get a reaction to this demand we had marked up here on the lower time frames. It didn't retrace lower. Let's see. In order for Bitcoin to completely reverse, if it breaks this high here, Bitcoin's going back up to like $120,000, $130,000. So it's got to be patient and just wait. Just wait. Yeah. Got to break out of this little triangle thing down below. Yeah, I believe we'll see bullish momentum to at least like 20,000. Let's see Ethereum. Also bullish. I would look for longs from, let's put the 4 hour, let's see. If this structure goes up here, then we can see what caused that structure to break. It might be something down here, like maybe this whole range down here. Let's see, we need to wait for the structure to break in order to confirm that demand. Luna. Ah, beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Okay, so Luna had that big break we were talking about. It had Stannis retracement into this daily demand, and I'm expecting it to go up and break structure. Ultimately, I'm expecting Luna to recover to at least like 50 cents to $1, and if it does, baba, made money. I was at a bought at this price, I made a lot of money. So yeah, Luna, we had a break of the structure, corrective pullback into this demand down here, and from this demand I believe we're going to go break structure up here. Ripple seems to be ranging a bit. We've liquidated these. Nothing's been broken, so nothing new has been created. We're just playing in the supply at the moment. That's all we're doing. So we need to wait for the supply to flip, or to see if this supply is respected and pushes price to break structure. We just need to see which one it decides. Either it's going to break up or it's going to break down, and it'll tell us which way it's probably going to cruise. Dogecoin. Yeah, this is a different type of chart, huh? On the weekly. Yeah, it came perfectly back down into this demand area. Boop. Yeah, I think Doge is on a slow recovery, to be fair with you guys. Yeah, I think Doge is 10 cents at the moment. Jeez. I wouldn't really buy Doge, to be fair. Too expensive, man. Too expensive. If you're gonna look at buying any cryptos, just make sure they're cheap. Like, look at it. If you had to buy way back here, less than a cent. Yeah, I'm gonna take this off. I'm not gonna buy Dogecoin. Euro GBP. Okay, so we've had this demand marked up for quite a while. This one here. She's a doji. So let's see what price is doing and wants to do. You're gonna tap into our demand. Didn't flip anything, didn't break anything. Oh, sorry guys. Yeah, it didn't flip anything, hasn't broken anything on the 4 hour yet. If I could see a break of this structure, I would be so happy to look for longs. I would just look like a continuation trade. Break and continue. USD ZAR. Oh, look at that gap. That's a nice little gap in it. So from last week we closed at 1750 and we opened at 1735. So I definitely reckon price is going to come and fill this gap. So if you do trade USD ZAR, that would be my area to probably look for trades from. Red. Let's see. Indicator. Okay, so the indicator I use 1 hour because it doesn't really spit out much in the 4 hour at all. Okay, let us see here. So price taps into that demand, it ended up breaking structure. Awesome shit. So that worked out nicely. Let's see what else. This demand wasn't met yet. That supply failed, but trades weren't given. So now we currently have this demand marked up. I believe this is a supply that's been marked up for a while, so we'll see if price taps into the supply and what it does. But as for now, we'll be looking for trades based on the indicator from this demand. So let's see what it does. We'll be testing for a few more weeks, but it looks okay so far. Alright, perfect. Let's just recap on what we're looking for today. I'm currently in a trade here. You guys could have monitored price action throughout the stream, but let's see what it's doing. Put this off. No. Thank you. So it seems like there still is a place to enter trade. Do so at your own discretion. I am in a position. I've got a 1 lot sell open on my funded account. Not a huge position, but I just risk $100 per trade. If I can make 1,000 out of that, why complain? I don't need to make 6 or 7 every day. She's looking good. I'm very happy with this. Once this low goes, I would be so happy that short is going to continue. That price is going to continue short. We've got to wait for that low to go. Let's see what happens. Price might form with another range or so, but remember, use discretion. Don't take more than 2 losses on an order block, because it is also very possible that price may just blast through this supply. Okay, so always be wary. Yes, price needs to come back. Let me take my drawings off. Price needs to come back. It's been very bullish. There's a lot of imbalance sitting in the market, so I am waiting for a pullback into something, but it just may not happen. So just use discretion. Be careful. If you got your eyes set in an order block, don't put all your heart and effort into that order block. It might not be the one. Okay, so if you're like, oh shit, I've taken 2 losses, I really believe in this one, let me just take the next one. Don't do that. If you're taking your 2 losses, just move on. If you can push it to 3, but if you take 3 losses, then that's it for the day. Don't trade for the day. Okay? But I'll be quite happy going for short positions on EU from this area we got right here. This continuation trade, I should have probably held it. This long position here that I've got that I had open. I did close it, but yeah, I'm happy with the money that I've pulled on that trade. Okay, Jamie, do you have any questions, brother? Kabos, do you have any questions, my brother? Okay, bro, 100%. Calculating lot size it's actually quite simple. This is the reason we actually use a 12 pip stop, because it's easy to calculate. So let's go through some examples for you here. Let's say you've got a $100 account, right? You got a $100 account. Let me just move this across. If you have got a 12 pip stop loss and you use a 0.01, you're going to be risking $1.20. Because when it's calculated based on contract size. So if you use a 0.01, it's going to be 10 cents per pip. If you use a 0.1, it's going to be $1 per pip. If you use a 1 lot, it's going to be $10 per pip. So you always use that as a guide. If you use a 0.02, you know that your price your risk is going to be $2.40. If you use a 0.03, you know it's going to be $3.60. It's just the multiples of 12, because we've got a 12 pip stop loss. So it's just discretion. You got to have a bit of a brain, because sometimes there's no room to go sit in a calculator and write stuff down and calculate. You just need to know, like, hey, okay, I've got a $500 account. I'm going to use a 0.04 because that is $4.80. That's just under 1%. Let's do that. So that's how I do it. It doesn't apply to all the pairs. Okay, so there is a difference. The biggest discrepancy that you're going to find is when trading GBP JPY. You can use on GJ, you can use 20% more of a lot size than using than you use on Euro USD and GBP USD. GBP USD or GBP JPY has got a 20% smaller contract size than the majors. So if, for example, what size account do you trade? So it's better to you're trading on a big account, right? I remember you doing a big account challenge. So you got $100,000 here. Okay, so you got $100,000, and you want to risk 1% on that on GBP JPY. What is 1% of that? It's $1,000. I'll use a 12 lot in this, because I think GBP JPY has got a 80,000 contract size. Euro USD has got a 100,000 contract size, so it's directly translatable. If I've got a 100,000 account, I'll use a 10 lot, or no, I'll use a 8 lot, and that will risk me $1,000. So just use these. That's why we don't ever change our stop losses, so that we know, like, cool, trading on a 50,000 account. In order to risk 1% on a 50,000 account on GJ, I believe you're trading 6 lots. 1% on Euro USD, you're looking at about 4.5. Use those lot sizes. What pair are you trading? They don't change too much. It's just GJ. That one's the biggest one. USD CAD and USD franc, they also change a bit, but it's just slightly off the majors, so it's okay. I'm assuming you are trading GJ. Also remember, on challenges and verification, you'll be risking 1%. Once you move on to your live account, do not risk 1%. Risk 0.5%. You trade majors and GJ. Okay, 100%. On your majors, use a 4.5 lot. That should equal about $500. 4 to 4.5 lot. On GJ, try 6 lot. That should be $500. I'm happy to be of assistance. If there's anything you need, bro, just hop in. If you guys have any questions, just ask. We got you. Okay, are there any other questions for today? Any other at all? You guys are from South Africa. Where are you guys from? Are you guys from South Africa? I know you are, Kobbles. Anyway, we've had a South African trader recently that we've been in touch with. I'm not going to give his name. Anyway, yeah, so he has only really been trading private accounts and like getting by. He can trade. He's a good trader. He trades SMC as well. And last week he tried to pass a $300,000 challenge. He passed it within a week. Did his verification in a week. And last week, for the news, it was on Wednesday, I believe, he placed his normal trade on his live account, placed his normal trade, risked 2%, and Powell opened his mouth. We had a South African trader make 2 million rand, and he's younger than most of us. 2 million rand. All he has to do is put off his funded account and wait for the email saying it's time for withdrawal. That is a luck success story. How's that, guys? Happened to one of us last week. Crazy, huh? It can happen. It doesn't only happen to people on Instagram, it happens to people that we know. And I'm praying that all of us get that break in the next 5 years. All it takes is that right news event, because it was perfectly. I also got into the trade, but like I don't risk like $3,000 or $4,000. I'm sorry, I risk like 200-300. I'm okay with the lifestyle I have. I'm very happy. But this man over leveraged a little bit, and he got lucky with the news, and he made himself 2 bar. It's possible. And you know the thing is, that came for free, because once you get your funded account, once you pass it, and once you get your first withdrawal, you get your original investment back. So this man's getting his 2 million and his like 40 grand that he put in for the accounts, which is lovely. It's just a nice story I thought I'd tell this morning. It's a bit of motivation that someone we know has made a lot of money very quickly. Like instant success. 2 million rand made in one day. Okay guys, I thought I'd share that with you. A bit of motivation for the week. Get into the content, because it's all the same stuff we're trading. All the same stuff. Work on acquiring capital. Once you got $100,000, it'll change your life. It'll change your life. But don't put it on a pedestal. Focus on trading those demos. Once you got the strategy right, you're going to move into an FGMO trial. If you can pass 3 of those in a row, you're ready to get funded. Okay, boys and girls, thank you for joining this morning. I hope you guys had a lovely lesson. I actually had fun this morning. I'll see you guys in the premium section of the Discord. We'll see how this trade plays out. I'll let you know what's happening with this order block, with the supply. It is a bit funny, so I'll update you guys all day what's happening. I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll spot you guys tomorrow. Peace and love, guys. Thanks for the time you've made.